All right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And you know when you see the open table that we don't have any of the wines that we're about to talk about in the store. But hey, this is Russ Russell. Yes, that's right. That's his name, from Central Beverage and Central Wine. And this is a new company. You know, there's 400 small companies in the state of Florida. At Wine Watch, this is our job, to sit here and taste through wines that people come by and say, hey, we want to come by and taste you on things. You know, you got to keep an open mind. You can't say just because you never heard of this guy, Central Wine, you whatever, he sounds like a kook or whatever. No, Russell actually is a really nice guy, fun guy to talk to, and really interesting cat. Actually is in the music business before in the wine business, and got a lot of good stories. That's one of the things it takes to sell wine, stories. And these wines are very good. I'd have to say everything you brought me on this trip a little better than the first trip. The Sheldon Vinolosity Blanc from Sonoma Coast, a blend of Grenache Blanc, Roussanne, and Viognier. Only a few hundred cases produced. It's like everything else in this guy's portfolio. I don't know how he makes a living with all these wines with just a few hundred cases made. Anyways, this wine's a bit of a musky quality at first. It was really cold. Need a little time to warm up. It had a little green melon kind of rind, white peach and lime citrus fruit showing. Some notes of gravelly, stone-like minerality also. Slight oily texture to the tongue with a solid core of that ripe pear and peach fruit showing. Some pretty floral notes and hits of honey on the finish. Excellent juice. A little steep, 37.50, but really good. All right, the Illahe Pinot Noir Reserve from the Willamette Valley. This wine is made with natural yeast. Very small producer. Again, like I said, that's the theme of this whole portfolio. Horse-drawn fruit from the vineyard. I think that's a little extreme, you know, but I mean, hey, I guess they don't have a tractor or whatever, but I mean, this wine's pressed. Everything's done by hand. Only 150 cases made of this wine, and then they have a Grand Reserve that they only make one barrel of. 25 cases. Anyways, it's got a lot of light red berry fruit, raspberry, rhubarb, kind of exotic spice, and nice barnyard nose to the bouquet. Nice complexity here. And one of the things I started to do is keep the wines to the next day. I put one of my little business cards over the top of them. And man, this wine was just singing the next day. That's the sign of a really well-made wine. A wine that lasts, just sitting open in the glass like this. Like I said, we had a card on the top of it. But really fresh and bright, even on the second day. Good hint of that earth and some funk still showing. But a lot of lovely bright fruit here, really long. And some tannin showing on the finish for Pinot Noir. That shows some structure. A wine that's going to age this 2010 vintage very good in the Willamette. And this is $47, but man, a really good bottle of Pinot. All right, the Watermill Merlot from Columbia Valley. This is also estate grown, 200 cases. You get the whole theme, really small production wines, 100% Merlot. Good amount of that peppery, bell peppery note to this wine, black plum, cherry fruit, some fresh earth and herbs. And a good amount of that pepperiness showing up on the finish as well. This wine also opened up really nicely the next day. Some really nice plum and cherry fruit, tobacco, mocha notes on the finish. Some nice minerality, excellent juice at $24. Merlot, you know, one of the greatest grapes in the world, and, you know, one of the most misunderstood. You can still find a lot of great values in Merlot and some great ones coming from Washington State. This Saviah Cellars Big Sky Cuvée from Columbia Valley is a blend of all 5 Bordeaux varietals. This wine's a little monster for Merlot being the dominant. You might think it's Cabernet, but Cabernet's next, and then Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot. Lots of dark tobacco spice in this one. Black pepper, dark currant, cassis berry fruit, mocha. Really big and fruity bouquet here, but a lot of earth and spice also showing up. Nice balance, big and chewy on the tongue with a good hand of sweet fruit, dark chocolate, black earth notes, and a nice tannins here, but still lovely balanced acidity, good freshness, and excellent juice at $35.50. That's what I had to drink with our friend Russ Russell. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.